Welcome to downtown Westmont this afternoon. This project here, Quincy Station, has been a project that's been in process for a few years now. And a lot of us here have been a part of the discussions, the negotiations, the planning, and actually the building. So this is a day that we're all celebrating this dramatic change to our downtown landscape. So a big round of applause to the entire team that worked on this, please. So you're going to be hearing from a few key people, and then we're going to go ahead with some photographs. I'd like to start off with Mr. Drew Mitchell. Drew Mitchell has been the point person for this project from day one. I can remember driving around town with Drew, looking at different spots where we could do a project. And it took us a little while to find the right spots and to make it all work, but wow. You know, if you've looked at the renderings and you've looked at the floor plans, you can see what's coming. It's just absolutely magnificent. So I'm going to turn it over to Drew Mitchell right now, and he's going to give us a little bit more insight. Drew.
Wow. Hello, everybody. Drew Mitchell here. So I'm a partner and vice president of development for Holladay Properties. And this romance, this love affair with Westmont really goes back almost a decade. The car trip Larry's describing occurred back in 2013. And that's when we really officially started looking for sites here in Westmont. And we tied up some other land, and it didn't end up working out. But, you know, there's going to be a theme I mentioned to one or two of you about love today. But we ended up falling in love with a different site. And it was really 5 parcels right here. There's a ton of history here on this corner, which is really the proverbial main and main of downtown Westmont at Quincy and Cass. And actually, Renee Sturgeon, who was one of our sellers and really cooperative, is here today. But, you know, he helped us, and it's a long process to pull these kind of projects together. A lot of history on these sites. Various things have been behind us, and including, I believe, a bar that burnt down at one point in time, and then became Mary Egan Park. And there were different elements of this that really represented what was downtown Westmont at a point in time. Well, what we're doing here today is catalytic for this community, and it's catalytic for this corner. And we're really going to put this corner on the map. We're putting in a 94-unit luxury mid-rise apartment complex. And these units range from studios up to 2-bedroom plus den. This is a highly amenitized building. Our property management team is here today, and they just do a terrific job of running these kind of projects. In fact, to Jackie Green, Cara Pagels, and their team, we're just awarded one of the top 5 managed residential properties in the state of Illinois for the building we delivered in downtown Downers Grove called Burlington Station. So we're tremendously proud of that, and we intend to bring that same level of chutzpah here to this project at Quincy Station. These units are going to have smart thermostats, walk-in closets with custom build-out. We're going to have a rooftop deck with a fire feature, a dog run, video intercom systems, electric vehicle charging stations, Envoy electric vehicle car sharing program, granite surfaces, tall ceilings. The ceilings on the first floor are 12 or 14 feet, 9 foot in the units above it. And then we've got a 3,800 square foot restaurant concept that'll be right behind where Larry is. Mike, can we announce it yet? We can. So we partnered with Whiskey Hill Brewery and Kitchen, and they're going to be taking residents here. And it won't be as much of a production operation, although there may be an element of that. But really, they're growing along with the Village of Westmont, and we're thrilled to be able to incorporate them as part of this project. So what we're doing here is redefining what it means to live in downtown Westmont. It is a live, work, play concept, and guys, it is unlike anything you've seen before in this community. So we're going to be attracting millennials to our downtown. We're going to be retaining empty nesters who may have moved away. Now, Larry started to mention the myriad of people who have been involved in this project. And remember, it goes back almost a decade, so I hope I don't put anybody to sleep. But first of all, if you're an elected official, would you please raise your hand? I know there's a lot of you here. You guys know that you've been involved in this process from start to finish, and we really appreciate you. I'd like to next thank Mayor Ron Gunter. Mayor, thank you. Thank you for your persistence. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for your optimism. Thank you for believing in us. And thank you to the council. I'd like to thank Trustee Addington, Trustee Barker. We're here partially because there's trains always going by. So I'm going to keep going and hopefully you can hear me. Trustee Barry has become a friend. He's dynamite. We're lucky to have him here in Westmont. Trustee Guzzo, Trustee Little, Trustee Nero, and of course Clerk Ginny. Did I miss anybody? Okay, I want to jump to the Planning and Zoning Committee. We can't have today without mentioning Greg Pill. Okay, he was a force. He believed in Westmont and he left us too early. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. The guy was an awesome man. He would have loved to have been here today. I'm so sad that he's not, but he's upstairs looking down, smiling, and sent us some great weather. Doug Carmichael, a chair. Mr. Van Buren, Chris Lavoie, Tom Sharp, Craig Thomas, Matt Scales, and Allison Clemens. Thank you to all of you for serving a duty on the Plan Commission and for supporting development in Westmont. I'd like to thank Village Council John Zemanak. I'd like to thank Larry Forssberg. Larry, you have just been such a supporter. What you do for Westmont is amazing. We're so lucky to have you. We would not be here today if it wasn't for you. Let's give Larry a round of applause. A couple other folks have been really, really instrumental. Bruce Sylvester with community development. Couldn't have done it without him. Mr. Finley, Bob Fleck. I'd like to thank another Fleck, Dolce, Steve. Appreciate you catering for us today and being such a great neighbor. Jason Vitale, your speedy response and review of our plans was amazing. Mike Ramsey from Public Works has been huge, even helping get Jersey barriers set up, down to trash cans, and just, you guys are all on it. You're totally on top of it in Westmont. On the team here, kind of the project team, I've got to thank our lender, Jeff Teague. Jeff, raise your hand. He's with Hinsdale Bank and Trust. He also believes in us. They're making a big, big, big bet here financially on this site, on this team, on this community, and we appreciate your support. The general contractor, Holladay Construction Group, I'd really like to thank Scott Brown, project manager, Scott Trueblood, Don Ryan, Frank Trapone, Charlie Healy. They bring a really, really dynamite team of professional builders. Their operation is good, clean, they're responsive, and we've been really happy. I'd like to thank Chris Walsh Taylor from Tandem Architecture for your beautiful artwork and all of the effort that goes into 600 or 700 pages of documents that it takes to build a building like this. Osvaldo Pastrana from CivWorks, our civil engineer. Javier Milan is here, I saw him. He's our traffic consultant. Our mechanical, electrical, plumbing drawings from C Group, structural from Pierce. The folks at Tracy Cross who looked at this market with us and said, guys, it's a home run. You can hit your rents here. Westmont will deliver. You can make this investment confidently and go nuts and put the pedal down. And then our vendors. I mean, I know we've got Greater Illinois Title Company here. Best title company in the state. That appreciate all your help. Comet Neon, our sign guys. I'm sure there's other vendors here, and I'm sorry if I'm missing you. Okay, I'll shut up, guys. Let me close by saying this. Okay, it really does take a village for these kind of projects. And I know that this is a big leap. We're adding some density here that's, changing the ball game a little bit. But we will not let you down. You will see this building and you will be so proud of your own thumbprint on it. And I bet we fill it up in a year and we're gonna add more warm bodies and disposable income and additional vibrancy to this wonderful, wonderful community of Westmont. So thank you guys. We are so excited to be here today. And Larry, I'm done, but I appreciate you. Thank you.
So without any further ado, let me introduce our mayor, Mr. Ron Gunter. Mayor? Drew's a tough act to
Good
follow.
afternoon. How do I follow up Drew? Full of energy. I do have to thank Drew and Mike O'Connor. From day one when they came in, they were so professional. and they listened to us, and we worked together. And Drew, if you don't know it, he's full of energy. You can see that. I want to thank all my elected officials. There's more elected officials here than outside of Westmont. So those, thank you for coming. I also want to thank Tim Healy, the President, CEO, and John Fair, the Chief Development Officer. Thank you for believing in us. And before I go on any further, we lost a trustee. We lost a trustee who was a fixture in this community, and I know Trustee Barry's going to say a little bit more, but Jim Addington passed away 2 weeks ago, and he was mayor for 4 years, and he always dreamed of development downtown. And I know Trustee Barry will say a little bit more about Jim. We're going to miss him, but this will be our anchor downtown. This is a TIF district. We needed an anchor to generate and start all the development. Holladay and Drew are our anchor. So we're going to see a lot of people downtown. We lost a brewery. Now we're going to get a brewery back, which is always a big positive because it brings people into town. This project represents the commitment of the Village of Westmont to our comprehensive plan and strategic plan to bring more residents to our downtown. And I think that comp plan, this has been a dream for years, and now it's becoming a reality. And again, I can't say enough about Holladay Builders and how professional and courteous they have been, and I know this will be a beautiful project. So I'm very pleased that they decided to join us here, and it is a win-win-win. So again, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Gunter. Next, I'd like to introduce Trustee Harold Berry. Trustee Berry has served as our economic development liaison from the village board. He's also picking up responsibility for community development with the loss of Jim Addington. So we'd like to share the microphone with Trustee Harold Berry.
Thank you, Larry. Is Drew's energy contagious or what? Like, I just want to get up here and give a big, just a victory or a W. And, I was telling my daughter, I was reviewing this, and I was saying, this is a big win, like a Cubs win with the flag. And she said, Dad, that's a victory sign. And I said, however we want to look at it, this is a victory for Westmont. This is something we've strived for, going back to Illinois Main Street that was involved. As the mayor has said, this is our anchor. And we couldn't have done it. Now I do need to get my notes. We couldn't have done it without the mayor's leadership, with what he had installed with this team effort. Bringing Larry and the whole team, the Park District, Public Works, everyone involved to make this work. And today we're seeing the fruits of our labor. So again, thank you to everyone. And I have a list here of people that I don't want to leave off, and we want to thank Drew, you guys, and Holladay Properties for developing the project. Chris Walsh with Tandem Architecture and Construction for the project design. Holladay Construction Group for turning the plan into reality. Hinsdale Bank, part of the Wind Trust, for the project financing. The Village of Westmont trustees for the vision to invest in growing downtown Westmont. And again, I would just like to comment on Trustee Addington. Trustee Addington was the Economic Development Coordinator prior to me getting here. He was really the one who put the ball over the goal line to get this project in works. We stand here and take the credit today of his decades of hard work. And I just wanted to point that out, that we will not forget his effort in here. And to all the Village of Westmont staff for working so closely with Holladay to finalize this project and the concept to get the project built. And then thank you to all these key project stakeholders for everything you have done and will do to build Quincy Station. The Village of Westmont greatly values our project partners. we look forward to not only the completion and success of Quincy Station, but we hope this wonderful project leads to a partner for future projects in Westmont. And Drew, I know we're going to do that.
Yeah.
There's more. Thank you guys. Thank everyone for attending.
Thank you, Trustee Barry. And again, to reiterate your point, Drew, the reason we're here is transit-oriented design projects, and without that train line, we probably wouldn't be here. So let me turn it back to Drew, and then we're going to be doing some ceremonial photos.
So I'm really embarrassed I didn't know about Trustee Addington. So let's add him up there. He and Greg are high-fiving right now, guys. Remarkable man. And I'm so devastated to learn of that today and embarrassed. But what a wonderful man and what a great force for this community. I appreciate Larry handing it back. I wanted to save really two people for the very, very end. And they are Lori Capel and Mike O'Connor. The three of us, we are a tag team, and we hustle and work our butts off to make these kind of projects happen. Long runways, and I wanted to save you two special folks for the very end. So thank you. We're going to do a couple picture rotations, and I think we're going to start off with the trustees. And but if you'd like to get a picture taken and a hard hat and shovel photo, we're happy to do that with you. Sadly, because of COVID, we did bump into a 50-person limit, so we're going to have to push you out of here about 4:15, 4:20. You're welcome to go get a cocktail or a meal at Dolce if you'd like, or one of the other many great restaurants in Westmont, or go on with your evening. But thanks, guys, for being out here to support us. We're going to do our best to get this thing built quickly and clean up our mess and fill it up, and then we'll celebrate again. So I hope to see you in about 18 months. So thanks again, folks. Appreciate it.